If you're someone that never gets to achieve all that you want to do in a day, if you're someone that gets overwhelmed with your plans, or you forget the plans that you have, or you're someone who is struggling with your productivity, these tips are for you. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tumilara, and today we are talking about how to be productive. That's to improve you personally. Today I'm going to be sharing with us 9 tips on how to be more productive. Step 1, get a journal. A journal is a book where you write down anything. You can have one journal or you can have multiple journals. Journals are just there for you to list out your goals, list out your plans, express yourself. Most Christians have a book that they use to write down their encounters with God, or anything as such, anything at all. This leads us to a step 2. List out your plans in your journal. As a young child, every day I'll see my dad pick up his journal and list out everything he wants to do in a day. Call Tumilara, buy fuel. He crosses it out as he does each thing. That's just to show that if you want to be an organized person, you need a journal. You need a book that you list out everything. And because the world has advanced, you don't have to get a book. You can make it digital. We have digital planners. We have apps that are like our to-do list. Or you can just go to the notes section of your phone and list out your plans. Listing out your plans helps you to remember it. You're not a machine. There are things that you might forget. There are things that you might overlook. But if you want to be more organized, if you want to keep to what you have to do per day, per time, per week, per month, or per year, you have to list them out. Write them plain. It can be digital or it can be just on your journal. There's this joy you get from thinking something that you have done in a day. I don't know if other people feel it, but I just feel very proud of myself when I list out some plans and then I either cross it out or tick it that I've done it. I just used to feel more productive or more fulfilled, like I've actually done something reasonable that day. Or maybe it's the weekend and I set some goals and I actually get to do them. I just feel proud of myself, and it makes you accountable for yourself, listing those things out. Let's talk more about the planners that we have. Planners nowadays, even if it's digital or a journal, helps you really to organize so many things, including people's birthdays, everything that you want. They are obviously, just Google it, digital planners. A very important tip to note when you list out your plans is it's advisable that you list out your plans the night before or very early in the day so you do not forget. I learned a tip just today by watching someone. If you know the social media oga, I saw a video and she said she just lists out her plans per week because she gets pressured easily and she doesn't want to put pressure on herself. You know, if you're listing out your plans, you can say Monday, do this, do this, do this. There are some people that feel anxiety by putting that very close range. If you're someone like that, you can just expand it that this week or these are the tasks that I need to get done. You don't necessarily need to put it Monday, Tuesday, anyone that rocks your boat exactly. Just make sure that you list out everything that you want to do. It helps you to remember and it keeps you accountable. Tip 3 is discovering your most productive time in the day. There are some people, they are night crawlers. Their brain works so well in the day. I have somebody that I know that does a 9 to 5 job, obviously works for 9 to 5 or 9 to 3. He works for the government. He has to take care of his children. He has a family, a home that he's running. But he's in the night. His head is always blazing. It's like in the night, he's probably writing. He's doing something. There's a way you can schedule your life around when you know that at this time, it is when I can do this thing. If you want to be more productive, you don't deceive yourself. We're even going to talk more about that later on. You don't deceive yourself. Find a time that works for you. There are some people, it's early in the morning. You can separate time. You can set out time early in the morning to do tasks that you feel you should get out of the way. Look at our mothers, for example. They rise up very early, earlier than everybody in the whole house. They do some stuff, then they wake up their children to take care of them. They are not dumb. They know that that's the only time they have for themselves or to themselves to do some certain things. That's with the most challenging task. I learned something online, and that is there are some simple tasks that do not take you 2 minutes. You just take you under 2 minutes, you are done. Maybe taking out the trash that doesn't cost you anything. You don't necessarily need to write those down. But if you are a forgetful person, please do. Start with the most difficult tasks. Do not look at your to-do list and just do the simple things and leave the big tasks or tasks that are stressful or stuff like that. And you think you are being productive, or have crossed out 3 out of 5 stuff that I decided to do today. You're just deceiving yourself, and that's not productivity. I think that's laziness. Break down your project into micro tasks. If it is a very big task, let's take for example, I want to cook right now. Instead of just writing cook this particular food, you can break it down, like maybe Monday, go to the market, buy this. Maybe the second day, prep the food, prep the ingredients. Take for example a mother that knows she has to take care of children. The next day you can wake up early in the morning, you've cooked your food, and that's out of the way. But if you just write it in your to-do list, like I want to cook this particular food, some people like that, it's very stressful, things like that. But tasks that are like so complex or big, you can break them down into micro tasks, which will help you to accomplish the big tasks. That was just an example. You can liken it to whatever task that seems complex that you have to do. Read books to enlighten you on productivity. The book I would recommend is Atomic Habits by James Clear. There are other books on productivity. You can always Google search. But I would want us to be careful when we are reading books written by people, because there are some people that have values that don't align to yours. Draw up a structure and give yourself breaks in between. I saw online, and I'll repeat it. A life that is too spontaneous is chaotic. A life that is too structured is too rigid. So you want to like put it in the middle. You get people who go on vacations, they just up and leave their jobs. They are not dumb. It's because all work and no play. You complete that by yourself. Another tip is to be organized. There is always something about working in an organized, neat, and put together environment. Maybe you are a work from home person, you have a remote job. Just make sure you organize your space last thing in the night or the next thing the next morning. It just makes your workflow easier and better. Another tip I would like to give is that rest does not always have to be sleep. If you want to rest, does not mean you must sleep. For example, I don't take 30 minutes nap in the middle of the day. I would definitely sleep at least 1 hour or 2 hours maximum in the middle of the day. So I know myself, if I want to sleep, I make sure that I don't have an immediate task that I want to do like so close. And there are times that I've slept off and I've overslept, and I've suffered for it. Rest doesn't always have to be sleep. You can shut down your computer, take a walk, listen to music, talk with loved ones, allow distractions. They would help you. You can be focused for 2 hours on your work. You can take 30 minutes break and come back. Now let's move to the things we need to note about productivity. Everything starts with the mindset. You need to solve a problem, you need to get to the root of the matter, not the proximate cause. I'll give us an example. I have work by 9 tomorrow. I overslept because I didn't put my alarm on the day before. Proximate problem, I did not put my alarm on. The root problem, slept at 4 o'clock. I know I'm going to work by 9 and I sleep by 4 a.m. in the morning. It's definitely going to affect when I wake in the morning. So that's the problem. I don't have a structured life. Alarm or no alarm, there are times when alarm will ring, you will not hear. So the root of the problem is that you don't actually have a structured life. You don't have a structured plan. So if you want to change something, When you realize that this is the problem, you tackle the problem, the root problem, like I have said, to get to the solution of the matter. Everything starts with your mind. If you don't believe that you have a productive day, or you don't work towards it, or you don't change that mindset that you can actually change, you won't change. You don't have to tick everything off your to-do list. Now, a workaholic is not a productive person. That person is just moving closer and closer to their grave every day. You don't have to tick everything off your to-do list. There are times that you wouldn't be able to complete your tasks. I'm saying this especially for people who get anxious or who are overwhelmed, or just look at it that, oh, I'm a failure because I didn't do this and this. You did not kill anybody. You just did not complete those tasks. You can always do them the next day. Look for the next time you can achieve those goals. You have to note that change does not happen overnight. Because you have taken steps to become a more productive person, or just to change your life generally, you cannot change overnight. Just like Rome was not built in a day, you have to take it step by step, and do not give up on the way just because you had a fallout or a failure. Embrace distractions. Like I said earlier, imagine you're working and then a loved one calls you. You can always just pause your work. But note, there has to be discipline to it. There are some times that you can talk to the person for like 30 minutes and it doesn't really affect your work. You know the importance of the task that you're doing at that particular moment. Like I said, your life doesn't have to be rigid. You don't have to be too uptight. You can flow and mix with the flow. But if you're doing a very serious work, you just tell the person, oh, I just have 20 minutes to talk to you. I have 5 minutes to talk. Spill. I have 10 minutes. Oh, let me listen to your problem. I will get back to you later. Oh, I'm busy. I'm working right now. Some people will just milk the call. Yes, you're a bad person. Would you want people to treat you like that? You can motivate yourself without being mean to yourself, or setting unrealistic goals. We're getting to the end of the year. Next year, we're going to have New Year plans, New Year resolutions. The reason why people don't achieve those things is just because they are unrealistic most times. Or number two, they're not even ready to change their ways. They're just wishes. And when you're moving forward or working towards something to change it, you don't have to be mean to yourself. Just like they say, you don't have to starve yourself if you want to lose weight. Failure is part of the progress. Failure is part of perfection. If you don't miss out on something, you would not know the better route to that thing. If everybody was applauding you with your flaws at delivering things as you go, you wouldn't perfect yourself, would you? I hope you've learned one or two things from this video, and please share this video with people that you know need it. See you in the next one. Bye.